Hello everyone, my name is Andy. Today is Friday, September 22. Time is around 6:50 GMT and we will have a look at the Dow Jones futures on the Wanda platform. So for this video I will combine the higher time frame with the lower time frame and we start here in the weekly. My take on the Dow Jones is that we made a wave 1 here in the higher degree, 5 waves up. Then we went down as a correction. We missed the zero point 0.5 FIB retracement for a wave 2, but yeah, that's okay. I would say we got quite close here, and sometimes it happens that we do not meet the Fibonacci guidelines for a wave 2, and so from here we went back up, and so my primary scenario is a bullish scenario, which means that if this is the wave 1, this is the wave 2, then yeah, we could be working here on this wave 3 here. So we find this area by taking the length of our wave 1, the length of our wave 2, and then we should go here into this area between the 1 and the 1.618 FIB extension. Of course, this will not be for next week. This can take months and years to play out. And so therefore, what we should see is actually a 5 waves move up here as a wave 3. And so for now, I believe we are working here on this wave 1. Now, it could also be that instead of this bullish scenario, we also have a bearish variant. And then I would say that we might be doing a flat here. So then it would look like a wave 1 up, but the wave 2 not with the wave 2 was not finished here. So then we could have an A, B, C, or 3 waves, 1, 2, 3 as a wave A, then a corrective structure here as a wave B, and then 5 waves down as a wave C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, deeper into this area. For now, this is not my primary scenario because current price action is right here. The low was here, so there's quite some separation. So I think it makes more sense now just to continue with yeah, the primary, the bullish scenario. So if we look now at the daily, what we see here is I believe we made a wave 1 here in 5 waves. Then we came down as a wave 2, corrective wave in 3, 1, 2, 3. And so now I believe here we had some kind of leading triangle as a wave 1 here, and yeah, this wave 1 is then actually the first wave of this wave 3. This wave 1 is finished, and I think we are doing a wave 2 correction now. The wave 2 is supposed to go into this area here between the 0.5 and the 0.854 FIB retracement. This is where we should go. Now, there's also another scenario here in the daily. Like, the problem with my leading triangle is that depending on the data source you take, the wave 3 is slightly shorter or slightly longer than your wave 5, and of course this is not possible. So yeah, if it turns out that the wave 3 is slightly shorter, then I would call for an a corrective structure here, and then it could be that this was the wave 1. Then we have a wave A down in 3, 1, 2, 3, expanded flat, overshooting wave B, and then we can come down in 5 waves here as a wave C, and that would mean that the wave 2, instead of being in here, will be in here, so that we take out this low. But again, for now, I will assume that the wave 3 is slightly longer than our wave 5, and then that means that the scenario in green might hold. But of course, it's up to you to decide if you have another opinion about this wave 3 and this wave 5. It depends on the data source you take. So now wave 1 finished here. Then we should have like a corrective move as a wave 2, and therefore we go to the 4-hour. So I think there are two possibilities for our wave 2. Either way, I think it is unfolding as an A, B, C pattern. So this here, this wave A, yeah, looks like an impulse. We end with divergence. So I do not really have doubt about this wave A or this being an impulse. It's not the nicest impulse, I would say, if you look at price data, but it looks well supported here in RSI. So therefore, I would call this an impulse. But then the question is here. Yeah, is this a triangle structure or not? And we will only know, later, I think. But there are two possibilities. So in the triangle structure, it would mean that our wave B here was a triangle, and then it looks like this: wave A, B, C, D, and then this shorter wave E, and then we broke down here the triangle, and so now we might see more downsides. What has to happen is like this correction, or this, we should take out this low for the correction to be finished. And if you take the triangle scenario, or you take the other scenario, would be, the secondary scenario would be, so wave A, but that the wave B was finished here, and that we are now working on a wave C. But the problem with the secondary scenario I have is that it's very hard to interpret this as a wave C, like especially this beginning here. This structure does not look like 5 waves to me. Okay, this could be, we see it better here on the 1 hour. Let me take the 1 hour. So like if this is wave B here, if this was our wave B high, then we now need a wave C, so an impulsive structure, which means that this should be a wave 1, 2, and then here a 3. So yeah, the first problem I have is that this should be a wave 1 impulse. This does not look 5 waves. This does not end with divergence. Then a wave 2, okay, corrective structure could be. But then again, here, like, then this should be a wave 3. Okay, if we continue dropping today, this might be indeed a wave 3, but yeah, like then if this is a wave 3, this should be the wave 1 of 3, the wave 2 of 3. And then here again, this should be interpreted as 5 waves ending with divergence, which is not the case. Like you could make a case that your wave 1 is finished here, so that this was the wave 1 of 3, and that you then have expanded flat structure like A, B, C, that this is the wave 2, but then again your wave C here is also 3 waves and not 5 waves. So I mean, it's not impossible, but it simply does not look like a good wave C, like how an impulsive structure should look like. um and yeah, if we continue dropping today, so that would mean that it becomes really clear that this is a wave 3, so the wave 3 of C. Then I will be forced to take the A, B, C scenario with this as 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, I'm just sharing my opinion. Like if you disagree, you can take another count. But yeah, I this does not look like an impulse. This also does not look like an impulse. Of course, if we continue dropping here, and if this, then this should be the wave 3 of the wave C. Then I will be forced to change my count. But yeah, it's not at all a nice impulsive structure then. But okay, this one was actually also not very nice. So it won't win the beauty prize if this is an impulsive structure as a wave C. But so because I have this objections against like the internals of this wave C, for now I prefer to stick with my triangle as a primary scenario. And then it would mean that, so after finishing this wave E here, that this is the start here of our wave C. And if this is the start of our wave C, so wave C in the higher degree, I mean this wave C here, then we should get 5 waves from here. Then I think this wave 1 here is close to finish. Of course, it's difficult to interpret because it's almost a straight line, but what we see is that we are coming out of this downward cycle here. If we look at our RSI, let me have a look in the 15 minutes. If I labeled this structure, yeah, I see it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like we could make another low here, a low with divergence, and this could mean the end of the wave 1. And if this plays out, then yeah, I would expect some upside as a wave 2 before we have the wave, the strongest wave down, or wave 3. And so for now, I assumed that the low of the wave 1 was in here. And if this is the case, then if we take the length of our wave 1, then we know that a wave 2 should go here into this area between the 0.5 and the 0.854 FIB retracement. However, yeah, I cannot exclude that we make another low here with divergence. That's definitely possible, and then we have to recalculate this wave 2 area. And so then here you can also see on the 15-minute my count. If we would have started the wave C, then this should be our wave 1. This should be our wave 2. Then here we are doing our wave 3. and then we should have a 4 and a 5. But yeah, like I'm not really in favor of this count. Now, if this was the wave B, let's go back to the 1 hour. Then we can also calculate our target area for a wave C, and then so therefore we take the length of our wave A, the length of our wave B here, the wave B high, and then the target area becomes the area between the 1 and the 1.618 FIB extension. If the wave B high was in here, my secondary scenario, then the target becomes this area. We are taking the length of wave A, the length of wave B, and then this area here between the 1 and the 1.618 FIB extension, the area in red, becomes our target. So that's my analysis for today. Yeah, in conclusion, I think traders should take it day by day, swing by swing, because here I'm in favor of some kind of upside now. Yeah, unless the secondary scenario plays out, and then we should further drop like a stone. Then we are in the tree of and in the wave 3, so might be a bit difficult to trade if you're not really convinced about one or the other. A safer way might be to wait for more upside and then short the upside. Yeah, like to finish the correction, we still have to take out this low here. This has not happened yet. We are quite close, but this still needs to happen. And then, yeah, for investors, even taking out this low here would be too early to buy. I would definitely wait for this area here, but we are approaching. Okay, that's my analysis for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work, and I see you back on Monday for an analysis of the lower time frame. Have a nice day. Bye bye.